So for each hardware device, we're going to also get a backup seed phrase of what will likely be 12 words, and you'll write that on a document. And if the hardware device fails for some reason, then the seed phrase can be used to recreate that hardware key again. We'll use some envelopes. You need a laptop. You need your phone. We'll have to figure out some secure physical locations. So common places that people might do this is a lockbox in your own house and a lockbox in a local bank or local security business. And equally, that inheritance plan you then want to give to two different people. So if you were hit by a bus tomorrow, your two friends will obviously be like, shit, they've died. That's terrible. We've got their Bitcoin inheritance plan. And with this inheritance plan, they will be able to basically follow the treasure map and get hold of what is yours. And combined with your will, the estate will be managed sufficiently. And at least that's in theory the plan. Now, a point to make here, which I think is very good, is that like if you don't have the keys, you don't have the Bitcoin. And so it doesn't really matter what your will says. If the keys are not functioning for the person that's supposed to have them, then no one can get this Bitcoin. We have to get this right. It's a spectrum. On the one end, you could have someone else look after it for you, but then you have to trust them. On the other end, you can have an extraordinarily complex self-custody setup where actually even you can fuck it up yourself because you made it too difficult. So it's got to be easy enough to follow that someone who doesn't know how to do this can do it themselves. My final part here, so in regards to the Bitcoin inheritance plan, so this is a critical document that you can print and complete in writing. Never write in it digitally. This is a treasure map that I suggest you share only with your nearest and dearest so they can access your Bitcoin should you get hit by a bus tomorrow. It's a piece of the puzzle that really set my mind at ease and helped me adopt it in a major way. The first time I saw one of these, I was like, oh, that's how to do it. And I was looking at this in such a way, it's like, okay, I'd owned a bit of Bitcoin from 2015 to 2020, sold some in 2016, sold some in 2017, still own some. 2020 rolls around, I'm like, oh my God, this is the most important thing I've ever owned. Best investment I've ever made, and I want to add to it. But this time around, I was buying at much higher prices, and I was looking at moving from like under 1% of my net wealth to like a lot more. So I knew that if I didn't get the custody process right, I couldn't in my heart of hearts sleep properly at night without getting this done first. So I had to figure out how to do the self-custody before moving into Bitcoin as a larger percentage of my net wealth. And that's a good point here. If you're just dabbling with Bitcoin and you're buying $100, that is, nothing in the grand scheme of things compared to your net wealth, then this is way too complex. You can just keep it on the exchange. It doesn't really matter. But if Bitcoin is going from, 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5% of your net assets to 10 to 50%, and I know people that are sitting at like over 90% and very comfortable at that point, you need to have something like this in place.